Her smile shines as bright as the stars at night. Her heart is as kind as can be. She has the patience of a saint, but if you push her, oh lordy. A straight talker is Smiley. She's the salt of the earth. Make no mistake, she matters. Catch Smiley's story on a live stream. Oh boy, that girl can matter. Go Smiley. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Missing posters and stories of heartache and fear. She tells us all of the heartbreaking tears. She can sniff out the guilty from a mile away. If Smiley's on the case, then she's here to stay. She cares about these missing children. She cares deeply about them all. She speaks the truth with integrity. For the truth, she will seek it all. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. Smiley's questions are like a heat-seeking missile. She's going straight for the bullseye. Don't ever believe you can fool her. She's too wise, man, she won't comply. She values freedom like the 4th of July. She values respect even more. If you want to earn a place at Smiley's table, watch the clock, it takes time for sure. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear. If you break her trust, you're done for. Trust don't grow back like grass. So don't give Smiley a reason to doubt you, or that friendship will shatter like glass. She's a damn good woman, that much we know. She puts in the hours to bring them kids home. If your child is missing, you want Smiley on the case. She is always willing and she gives so much grace. She's a Smiley, alright. She's a Smiley. Make no mistake why she's here. She's Smiley, alright. She's Smiley. If you're guilty, she'll smell out your fear.
Sebastian Rogers is an autistic boy. He's 15 years old. He's been missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee. And everybody has been looking for him. Everybody. He is 5 foot 5 inches tall. He weighs 120 pounds. Sandy blonde hair, and he wears glasses. And again, there is no footprint of him whatsoever.
You think back, and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset, or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside. Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I hadn't been able to figure it out. That morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving.
This boy, I've done told y'all, reminds me of my son that had autism, that is my 3rd son. And he disappeared right down the road from part of where my family lives. And I take all of these cases serious. I am not playing about anything right now.
The original thinking was that Sebastian Rogers left home on his own, but the fact that he disappeared without a trace now has authorities looking into the very real possibility of foul play.
I'm not trying to accuse them of anything. I'm trying to tell you how suspicious they are now becoming.
Everywhere you go, you can hear the laughter. Little kids playing, chasing after. Innocence shines bright like a built-in light. With their giggles and smiles, everything feels right. Oh, the joy of little children filling up the air. Their happiness, contagious, nothing can compare. Just watch them run and play, carefree and wild. Oh, the joy of little children.
Your theory.
I think it's possible that someone has my son.
Sebastian Rogers. He was abducted by
I think it's possible that someone has my son.
an unknown vehicle. Carefully navigate to your
I think it's
assigned
possible
watch
that
zone
someone
and
has
check
my
in to
son.
claim your reward at us.watch.
Hello. Good morning, good evening, good night. It is a late night. I couldn't sleep. How about that? Hello, G and Dawn. Welcome in. I appreciate you. Beth Ann, hello. Good to see you. Jacqueline Blaine, hello. I'm glad everybody's here. I'm glad to know I'm not the only one that's up tonight. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I just couldn't sleep. So I'm like, well, I'm just going to go take a shower. And I did that. And then I'm like, now I'm really wide awake. So I fixed some coffee. And I'm like, now I'm going live. How about that? So how have y'all been doing today? Everybody in here doing great? Because I am glad to see you. And I know some of you I see during the daytime, but some of you I don't get a chance to see you at night. So I'm really glad you're here. Beth Ann said, I missed you, Smiley. I missed you too. We keep getting our days or nights or something mixed up. So I miss you. I miss you a lot. And I hope you're doing good. I hope your baby's doing good, which is not a baby. You're young man and, all the things. I hope everybody's doing good. I wish nothing but the best for everybody, honestly. I really do. So I hope everybody else is doing okay. Glad you're here. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up and we will see what is going on tonight. Because I just wanted to talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers and the fight for truth and justice and answers. You can't sleep usually, Jacqueline. I know. Every time I go on vacation or something, and I get my days and stuff twisted all up, so I can't sleep. It takes me a minute to get back into the habit, But it's all good. It's all good. They then said, thank you. My baby is wearing a Sebastian bracelet. Good. I got mine right here. I don't have it on, but I have it right here. And I'm glad. And I'm glad he's doing great. I remember when I sung him his little song. He's so sweet. But anyway, I'm glad everybody's here. Hey, Michelle, I hope you're doing good also. Yes, ma'am, I'm doing good. Trooper, and ours is Mom. Hello. 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 Welcome in. I just thought I'd come on here late tonight and at least show Sebastian's picture. And I know this is a different poster. It's not the newest one, but it's a very clear one. And I wanted to put it out because it is very, the color, the letters and stuff is very clear on it. I don't know if it's just me and my eyes or whatever, but I just wanted to put that one up. So I did. And I wanted to talk about Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers tonight. Because, what a smile he has, right? Hey, Billy B. Hello. How you doing? Hope you're doing good. So, where is Sebastian, y'all? Where is he? Gosh, it's been 18 months. Daniel Berry. Hello, Daniel. Happy Saturday. That's right. Yo. Happy Saturday. So, what a smile he always has, and Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, any photos I've ever saw of him when he was even little, when he was with his dad, when he was at home or school or anywhere with his animals. If you notice, I put the one back up with his snake tonight on my thumbnail. Any photos I've seen him in, he's happy. He's what little photos we've seen from the time he was little until he disappeared, especially the ones he's got older. His school pictures with his teacher. He always looked happy at school with his pets, all the things. He just needs to be around, Jacqueline. He just needs to be found. Justice needs to come. Somebody knows. They know. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers he has no more smiles, right? He has no more smiles, though. We don't even know where he's at because nobody can't find him. Everybody else seems to be getting found, and I'm really proud and happy about that. But if you notice, there's only 2 or 3 that cannot be found. And Sebastian is definitely one of them. And it's sad. And the more stories I do, whether they're cold cases or they're resolved cases that happened years ago that I've been doing a lot of, or they're recent news cases or recent missing cases, and whether they turn out good or they turn out bad, they're found. But Sebastian, nada, nothing. And Beth Ann's right, 100%. Somebody knows where Sebastian's at. Yeah, Trooper's mom, how are they living just day after day knowing where Sebastian is? And KP and CP know the truth, and it'll come to light. Hey, Panda Bear's mom, you're up late too. So hello. Welcome in. See, the last time anybody ever saw, and I'll go over this because I know I'll have people to rewatch it, people that's never saw it, and all that kind of stuff. But the last time anyone even saw Sebastian was February 25th, 2024. Even if they didn't know who he was, think about that. It would be the last time he was saw by anyone, whether it be a waitress, staff members at Texas Roadhouse, or people sitting beside him that they never had a clue. Nobody ever saw him again. Hey, 77. You know, maybe somebody laid eyes on him, and that's when he went to the bathroom, and they laid eyes on him maybe when he got in the car with his mom to leave that night, leaving Texas Roadhouse. Maybe even they pulled up. It might even be you that comes in here in my chat and don't even realize until you see his picture that you were at a stoplight or something, and you looked over and you got a glance and you saw Sebastian, the boy who would never be seen again. But he's gone. He's gone nonetheless. The next morning, when allegedly his mother went to wake him up for school, she said he was not there. She said, and I always said she tied herself in anyway, whether it was the truth or not. But she said they made it home after dinner. There was, I believe they made it home after dinner. There was dash cam and all that stuff. So at least Ellie says, hey, Donna, hello. They then said, as a parent of a special needs child, if you cannot care for your child or whatever the case may be, there are choices. Make the right one. That's right. Absolutely. And it don't matter how old they are, make the right one. That's your job. That's your job as a parent. And if the right one had been made, guilty or not guilty of anything right now, they wouldn't be going through all this right now. Honestly. But she said they made it home after dinner from Texas Roadhouse and back to Stafford Court in Hendersonville, Tennessee. At the same time, Sebastian was described as weighing about 120 pounds at the time, 5'5", a white male, hair blonde or brown, eyes brown, with black framed glasses, as you see in these pictures. And he was wearing a black, allegedly, he was wearing a black sweatshirt and black sweatpants. And he was said to have been barefoot. Yet, good morning, Perfect Pun, hello. But yet, barefoot, no footprints outside, none of that. And plus, I can't get over the fact, how did his mother know what he had on when he went to bed? Remember, she was on a long phone call. And even if she saw him when he went in his room and that's what he had on, I mean, did everybody check to see? Was his clothes still there? Did he change? Maybe he changed. Are they missing any clothes and took those clothes with him? They say he ran away. I don't. Because I guarantee you, with everything that I got, every fiber in my being, he didn't run away. And he didn't walk out that door. Sebastian's autistic, and he has other medical conditions, and that could impair his ability to get back home on his own, no matter how he got gone, right? The FBI, they put out a $50,000 reward. Dog the Bounty Hunter and his team put out a reward as well. making it a total of about over $500,000. Still nothing. People also forget, they forget in the beginning there was a pledge for $3,000 and it actually went up to $3,500 from a group of anonymous Nashville area business owners. So the reward is there. The money's there for information about Sebastian's whereabouts, but nothing, nada. You know, nothing. That kind of tells me something. But we don't have to go into it. Y'all are smart. However, money shouldn't be the reason anyone comes forward or does the right thing. Someone knows where Sebastian is. Someone knows what happened to him. And I pray every day, no matter what, and no matter who it is, that they do the right thing. And they do, and they tell what they know, because somebody knows. I'll put this link in here because I know all my mods are probably sleeping, snoozing. Uh-oh, where am I at? I should always have this up. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh, where am I at? See, this is why I don't listen to I should always have this up. Okay, let's see. Uh-oh, where am I at? See? All right, let me get out of there. So I'm just going to put that in there. That is the FBI updated thing. Hey, Michelle. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm so glad everybody's coming in. But yeah, you can print out posters or flyers there. I call them posters. You can print out flyers there. That's the up-to-date one from FBI. And the new, the new information where they corrected everything. And just post it every day. You can copy it, paste it, post it, print it in color, print it in black and white, hand it out. Doesn't matter. Now, Sebastian was loved, and he loved animals. He loved animals. He loved all animals. Even though I heard cats was his favorite. Good morning, Michelle Scott and Tammy T. Good morning, good morning. Let's see. FBI's huge reward is more than a small amount of. I already know where he could go. That's why Sumner County and TBI won't turn the case. Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Michelle. I agree. But he loved all animals, and he loved snakes. And that's why I put his picture back on the thumbnail with the snake. He had a snake named Brownie. Least we not forget that. He really loved Brownie. You could tell Brownie made him happy too. But he was made to get rid of Brownie. One of his pets. Another one of his pets he was made to get rid of, I should say. Because, see, he wouldn't do the adult job and keep up with the stepfather's 30 other snakes. That's right, I said 30. They wasn't even his, and it wasn't even his job. But they always punished Sebastian by taking his things. Not just taking them, putting them up for a little while, giving them back. But throwing things in the garbage, let's not forget that. That's per his stepdad's own words. They did the same to the animals. I feel just as sorry for the animals, honey. I do. But I mean, it wasn't like Sebastian didn't have enough to do. He was a teen. He was autistic. He already went to school. He come home. He stayed by himself for hours, up on hours. He did chores at his house. I'm not saying it's wrong to do chores. But even when his father, Seth, called him, he had to hurry and get off the phone because he had chores to do. He had his homework to do. He had normal things to do. How was he supposed to take care of adults, 30 snakes, and animals on top of running pretty much the household and making sure everything was always in order and always perfect military style, or he was afraid he would get in trouble? How? That's too much to put on him. Way too much. So he had enough to do. And he couldn't be expected to do that. He tried. But yet he got punished for doing his work and doing everything he was supposed to do, except when it got overwhelming and he couldn't handle their 30 snakes. Because the adults in that home couldn't have their toys and pleasures, so they had to, give them away because, Chris was never home anyway. Actually, neither was Katie, if you really think about it. Or they sit on the phone and talk to each other all the time, according to them. Like I asked her, do you not think that's kind of neglecting your son? I mean, you didn't get to spend time with him. Think about that. He's in school all day. You're gone. Just saying. But you're on the phone because you love your husband. You don't know about nobody else. But it's normal for you to do those things. But if they felt, hey, Lisa, but as they felt, if they couldn't have their toys and their pleasures, then Sebastian sure as hell wasn't going to be allowed to have anything either. He wasn't going to be allowed to have one snake. He wasn't going to be able to have it because he loved it. He wasn't going to be able to have fun. He wasn't going to be able to have no happiness. Nope. It just wasn't in the cards. It wasn't in the cards. Every child deserves to be safe. Every missing child deserves answers. Sebastian deserves to come home. Sebastian deserves to be safe, and Sebastian deserves answers. And I'm sure if he is safe, when he gets there, he's going to want to know why the hell this happened. He's not stupid. Never was and never will be. He will understand who did what to him, who got him gone. Yet he's getting nothing he deserves. He wasn't safe, in my opinion. He's missing, and now he can't be found. Everything that always happened under their roof, Katie and Chris, whether it be in a whole different state or whether it be in great state of Tennessee. Whether allegedly Chris was home or it was just Katie. Katie's the common denominator, in my opinion. That's possible, perfect pun. But it does break my heart. And again, right before he went missing, he was last known to be seen with his mother, Katie Lynn Proudfoot. And she said that as well. You know, she said she was in there alone with him in the house, said they made it home, said she told him good night, said they was home alone. True or not, we still don't know that yet. Still don't. Said he told her, good night, Mommy, good night, puppies. You know, he was home alone with her, and she said there was no way in and no way out. That was per her and the stepdad, even though allegedly he was not there. Christopher Proudfoot, who allegedly had been working 3.5 hours away in Memphis and not been home in weeks, allegedly. You know, he helped run the narrative. His bio father, his only father, Seth Rogers, was working his job all night long. All night at the police department, matter of fact, where he has many alibis. I don't know how you could get no tighter than that. And even since this case has been going on, whether he showed it or people who wanted to be ugly and still got it backfired in their face showed it, it didn't matter. His time card was also shown online. They got his time card. Let alone there's cameras all around the jail. He has many alibis. Time card showed. He passed a polygraph, which he never had a problem taking, and it was read and told that he passed online by Nancy Grace. She got some of the best people to do it, and he passed it. Seth has tirelessly searched from day one. You know, and still to this day, he follows every single lead. I know he follows every lead. I know one he's got very close to him that he very much so wants to check on him. Hey, Joseph Rapp. Hello, good morning. Thank you, honey. Thank you for being here. Good to see you. But he goes to different areas of town. You know, sometimes it's out of state, out of the county. He's wore his truck out. I don't even know if he's got it fixed by now or not. You know, he literally passes out flyers. He's the one that's been banging Sumner County doors down, the police. If you're guilty, you're sure as hell not going to do that unless you just don't care. Unless you're just stupid. Just saying. But he's been doing that. We've all seen it. He's talked to the news. We've seen him on his own searches, on his own, own time. He's been to every vigil. And all he hopes is just with everything he has that he can find his son, or that somebody can find his son. All he wants is Sebastian found. He's also been working on Sebastian's law. He's been doing things behind the scenes. And he'll never give up on Sebastian until somebody shows him proof otherwise. Sebastian to him is out there somewhere. And it's true if you think about it. Sebastian is out there somewhere. And Sebastian has to be found. We'll never give up hope on Sebastian. Joseph Rapp said, I would love to have Seth as a dad. I've heard that many times from many people. Seth is a real good guy, contrary to what everybody says. I've met him, and I've had many conversations with him. And I don't have to dig and ask and this and that, because it's just more of a, to me, I mean, I will if I need to or want to, but I'd rather just check up on him. I'd rather see how he is, or I'd rather let him reach out to me. He's a good person, period. He don't deserve any of this he's getting. My heart breaks for him too. But that's what a parent does. It doesn't matter if it's a mom or a dad or the guardian. What he does and what he's doing, that's what a parent does. Well, Lisa, I mean, some people, it's hard for them to see the truth about themselves, honestly. And it's hard to hear the truth, and the truth hurts. But see, they want to make it all about the other child. And that was a lot of the problem to start with, right? If you will remember back, even before Sebastian got missing, Katie was even very cruel with Nina. She went along with everything that they did. Same thing basically she did with Sebastian after he got gone, on my panel and many others. Laughing, making fun. It's not hard to believe. It's really not hard to believe, in my opinion. But what Seth does, that's what parents do. That's what real parents do. When Sebastian went missing, his Katie, she didn't call 911. She didn't call his father, Seth, who again was at work at a police department, no less. She didn't bang on neighbors' doors. She didn't think, oh, who has kids around here? Maybe he got with them or went to their house. He wanted friends, she said, remember? I'm sorry to bother you, but my son is missing. I know you have a child here, and I'm sorry. I don't know who their name or anything about them, but has he seen my son, or she seen nothing. Nothing. She didn't knock on the door. just in case. She didn't even go to people around there in the neighborhood who she knew had animals, whether it be a dog or she saw them with a cat or she seen them walking a freaking mouse. She didn't even go knock on the door, and she knew her son loved all animals, right? I would go knock on the door. Did you just happen to see my son? He's missing. I agree, Michelle. She has no spine, no backbone. She definitely don't have no backbone, in my opinion. But she sure didn't think anything about that and do any of those things. But she didn't call her husband this. She calls the stepfather, who allegedly hadn't been home in weeks and weeks, who is 3.5 hours away. Couldn't do nothing if he would have wanted to. If Sebastian was his golden prize, he couldn't have did nothing. But what he did do, he put her allegedly on mute and did a 3-way call and called a direct phone number to the Sumner County Sheriff's Office. He just happened to have it in his phone. And he reported Sebastian missing, controlling the entire narrative, the story from that second on. And did he rush home? No. It was my understanding he didn't get home till after 1 or 1:30. Don't y'all find that odd? I mean, his wife's child is missing, but his stepson's missing. But even more than that, somebody under his own roof is missing. And as controlling as he is, he knows people's going to be in and out of his house and all the police and all the things. But he was in no rush to get home. None. Red flags. Now, if something were to happen, my ranch, hi. If something were to happen, you know, when Seth first got his job, they knew he couldn't have his phone. However, just like anybody else, if there's an emergency, here's the direct number to my supervisors, to this, that, and other. In fact, Seth said they had all of that. You know, in case they ever needed it. Ever. But they knew that Seth was at work that night. That was his night to work. And guess what? They didn't call in to tell his supervisors any of that. They didn't tell anybody that. But after Chris and Katie got finished lollygagging around that morning back and forth from Memphis to Hendersonville and all the things, Chris text, not Katie, Chris text Seth, knowing he didn't have his phone on him, because you can't carry your phone in the jail. It's contraband. So he leaves him a text message. I guess he just assumed And thank God Seth did look at his messages. Because like me, honey, I may not look at my messages until I do X, Y, Z. You know? So thank God he did look at his messages. But anyway, it could have been hours. But he looked at his messages. And what does it say? Chris needed a call ASAP. However, when Seth calls Chris, the very first thing out of his mouth is, don't be mad. Huh. Don't be mad. Think about that, y'all. If the stepfather truly said that, don't be mad, before telling Sebastian's father that his son was actually missing, that's a huge red flag. Maybe the biggest one of the start of all. And it would and it should raise a lot of questions in any missing child's case, especially for law enforcement and then the public. That's a tell-all in my opinion too, Beth Ann. Law should have definitely paid attention to that. And every word and action after that Chris said after that. But no, they had to drop the ball. Or so it seems. One can only pray they're holding stuff close to the vest, as far as stuff like that's concerned. Let's see what you say here. In my opinion, besides KP and CP, I think that neighbor behind them, the cop, holds the key. Yeah, oh, yeah. No doubt. I do too. No doubt. I think there's a lot more to him and a lot more that he's holding on to. Absolutely. The law should have definitely paid attention and paid attention to every word Chris did or said after that, especially Chris. Now, saying don't be mad first can imply a person already knows the information or they're about to deliver what could cause a lot of anger and blame. It could have been either. It could have been. It could mean they're bracing for a negative reaction. They felt responsible. But why would Chris feel responsible? He has not even been home in months and months. Or weeks and weeks. I'm sorry, weeks and weeks that month. So whether through neglect or just a bad decision or something more sinister, I don't know. Hey, Vic. Hello. Welcome. Now, in criminal psychology, they say emotional framing before delivering the news like that sometimes is a sign of trying to control the other person's reaction. And it's definitely a huge sign for hiding things. And see, that's the problem. At least where I see it, that's the problem. The biggest one is Chris has always tried to control everything about Sebastian's disappearance. Every tiny detail. He corrects Katie whenever she did talk. He will correct anybody. Some things upset him very highly. Not upset him because he's upset Sebastian's missing. It just pisses him off. Let's just be real. But he's trying to control the narrative, in my opinion. about Sebastian's disappearance, that's a little bit odd when you haven't even saw Sebastian all month. Yeah, he's the master of control. Absolutely. But he also may have been worried about Seth's immediate reaction towards him. But personally, I don't think Chris is the type of person who would give a damn. Not what Seth or anybody thought. I don't care whose kid it was. I just don't think Chris would have gave a damn. So I don't think that's it. But here's the thing. Chris was, one, not there. Or he was. He hadn't allegedly been there in almost a month. Or he was. Or 3, refer back to number 1. Just saying. You know, he might have been trying to shift some blame, you know, and some focus away from the facts and towards claiming emotions. That's what he could have been doing. And it is, Michelle, with them 5 CPS reports, he only told the half-truth about that. I'm surprised he told any of the truth about that. But I guess he knew it was coming out. I guess he knew that. But see, he can say a lot. And he knows CPS can't speak on it. No matter if he's lying or he's not. Because they have to sit back. Just like Dawn and Candace. Whatever they say about CPS, CPS cannot just come out and argue with them or sit back on it. Period. You know, it might have, you know, because he already knows, you know, that could have been, and at the time, what happened, he could have been acting like that. Thank you, Lisa B, for being a member for 5 months. Thank you. We're always going to keep Sebastian's name in the light. Amen. Thank you. Now, TBI, local police, and a lot of agencies were involved in Katie, you know, in Sebastian missing. Katie and Chris also led everyone to believe, though, and here's a big problem, the detectives and every one of those, TBI and everybody involved. At first, they tried to say he was a runaway, and Katie said, I don't know why he walked out that door. She knows he didn't walk out that door. Then they both turned around and said it was impossible when I interviewed them that he walked out the door, walked on the porch, because, oh, excuse me, the lingo Chris used, oh, we would have saw him. What do you mean we? Was you there? Make up your mind. Was you there or was you not there? Also said, if that door would have opened, the camera would have caught it, and there would have been a shadow we would have saw. Again, was you there? Who is we, the little monkey in Katie's pocket? Thank you, Vic. Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you so much. You know, there's a lot of we's. There's a lot of we's and a lot of little mice and monkeys and everything else in pockets, in my opinion. You know, All of the things. All of the things. Who is we? I don't get it. I really don't. We would have also saw him if he went out the window. We would have heard him. Well, I think if he would have waited till I finished what I was going to say, I was trying to get at, could anybody have come in through the window? I wasn't really thinking Sebastian was going out the window. That never crossed my mind, honestly. We all want Sebastian found. We all want Sebastian found. But I think some people don't. I honestly think some people don't, and it breaks my heart. Sebastian's getting nothing he deserves. Nothing. Where's all the searches at? Is LA putting any more out? Why? Why won't they? If they know what happened or they know where he's at, then they need to do something about it. But they're doing nada. And Eric Craddock's done said he don't care what nobody thinks. I am I high. Didn't their next door neighbor ever say they had cameras outside? I don't know if they said Chris and them had cameras outside, but I know their neighbors had cameras outside. In fact, I don't know if they still want to or not, but I did have somebody email me the other day, and I won't say who, but they do want to come on here. So I need to get back with them because they were wanting to come this weekend. So we'll see. We'll see. I have no problem with them coming. They can come. I told them they can keep their face down and they can come if they want to, and they can tell their story and they can do whatever they want. I can tell you that community is fed up with Katie, especially Chris. They're fed up. They're fed up with law enforcement. All the things. But I can tell you, Seth is out working on Sebastian's law. When you don't see him, hear him, he's out in different areas passing out the flyers. He's doing a lot of things that you don't know about. And when Sebastian went missing, his mom didn't call 911. And again, she didn't call his father. His father, for God's sake, I would have called him, not only say, have you seen this, our son, or heard, or anything? Has he tried to call, text, anything? But the fact that I knew my son's missing and his biological father happens to work at the police department and could probably get more help quicker than anybody, yet nothing. Crickets, 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 nothing. Nothing. That's also a red flag. A red flag. And if Chris wasn't there, why has he always been talking like he was? Why has he been telling the story? I don't care what Katie's told him. He's even corrected her. It makes no sense. He's always tried to control everything about Sebastian's disappearance. He may have also been worried about, he needs to control his narrative. Not necessarily the situation, but the narrative, because, he probably knew Seth didn't believe them at all. And he had to be very careful for the police to believe Sebastian walked out the door or was a runaway. I think he was trying to shift focus away. I think he was trying to get away from the facts and get, towards trying to catch an emotion. How about that? But he already knew at the time what happened, if you ask me. That's what I think. There was too many missteps, too many we's, too many this, too many that. That's not just how people talk. That's just a red flag. TBI, local police, and a lot of agencies were involved, but Katie and Chris also led everyone to believe that Sebastian was a runaway, and they know good and damn well that never happened. They started passing out flyers, they meaning volunteers, Seth meaning, the community, all those things. And some people that didn't even know Sebastian, never laid eyes on him, never heard him until the news, the local news, whatever, took their time, even young teens, and went around and not only put up flyers every single day, all day, but everyone, there was some people that even went and everyone fixed there was one girl that parked her car down in the parking lot down on Main Street in East Nashville. And she sat there in her trunk and she corrected the date, every single date on the flyers, and took them and passed them around again to the store and stuff. Meaning she updated them even by hand. People spent their own money. They helped in every way they could, everything that they could think of in and outside the box. They blasted his favorite song, Eye of the Tiger, in hopes he would hear it and come out. His favorite color was green. People wore green in hopes that if he saw them, he would feel comfortable going around them. But they even put up green porch lights. Nothing, not his mom. She didn't put up a light to light his way home. But I'll tell you what she did do. She rushed real quick, fast, in a hurry out of town, back out of town with her husband that she loved so much, because he had to get back to work. And she, she just went, even though she didn't have a job at the time. Why would she stay home? Hey, after all, she's the mother who we have pictures of and timestamps on it and everything else, driving her car up the road. That was on video, not Sebastian. Sebastian's nowhere on video, but she was driving her car, time stamped and all. windows rolled up. She said she was hysterical. How are you going to be hysterical calling his name and you got the windows rolled up? She couldn't have been screaming his name. She sure wasn't driving around blasting Eye of the Tiger with the windows rolled down, now was she? To this day, neither his mom or his stepfather has been to one single vigil. Oh, excuse me, with the exception of Chris going to the vigil for 5 minutes to intimidate or make it look like he was intimidating Seth at the school right before the vigil started, and cornered him right there at his truck. You know, intimidation, foot half on the step, foot half off, standing over him. I know, I saw the picture. But then left, couldn't stay. Mom couldn't go. And none of that. They went out instead that very day to the motorcycle shop, Chris and Katie. Oh, and that's all on CCTV. To look, laugh, cut up, lovey-dovey, looking at motorcycles. You know, he's now and she's now child-free. She's a child-free wife. She went to the motorcycle shop instead of going to her son's vigil. I just can't with that. Meanwhile, at the vigil, people who didn't even know Sebastian was there shedding many tears, standing by him, by Seth, and he was still a broken man. Hey, Faye and everybody coming in. But there's video out there. In fact, she and the stepdad, I think it was the stepdad that said it, but she was there. Life must go on. Then it did go on from there. From a missing child to Mockery is what they did also. Their behavior. What a shame a parent had to behave like this. You know, in the most critical hours and days after Sebastian went missing, if it was any other child, most parents are just consumed with fear, urgency. I mean, they're so scared. They don't know what happened. They want to know. They try to find out. You know, with urgency. But nothing, nada. In Sebastian's case, what came next from his mother and his stepfather is something that many of the community cannot understand and they cannot forgive. I mean, not that they care, not that Chris and Katie care what the community thinks or what the fact is, or in my opinion, that's the way it is anyway. Instead of focusing solely on searches, solely on tips, cooperating with law enforcement. Oh, they might have been cooperating. And by the way, cooperating is totally different than innocent. Just FYI. But to what extent did they cooperate? Just saying. You know, what they did was, and this is a big red flag too, instead of focusing solely on searches, solely on tips, showing their faces at vigils, handing out flyers, you know, all those things, they began shopping their story around to different YouTube channels. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's a fact. It happened. And I know I spent over 3 hours unexpectedly with them. Yeah, he was crystal clear. They went to Dutch's. They went to, they let Olivia in. You know, they did all the things. I'm for the victim. I'm for right. And I won't be snowed. See, to me, it wasn't about where they could reach most people. Hey, Joanne. Because it appeared to be about which channel could accept their version of events without question. That's what it appeared and still appears to be. Hey, y'all know, I myself, I wasn't thinking of myself. I didn't even ask for it. But myself, I even begged them to go on bigger channels. And he asked my opinion, whose channel you think I should go on? Well, like it or love it, you should go where in the hell that they have more viewers, okay? We had to spend a whole 30 minutes on that. Like he was questioning me, okay? They, in my opinion, was not interested in Sebastian's information getting out to everyone. In my opinion, today, still, they know where Sebastian is, and that's my opinion, and I'm allowed to have my opinion. Eventually, though, they settled into a group of online supporters who echoed their narrative without pushing for deeper answers. No hard questions. And that's a common tactic, y'all. That's a common tactic in online stuff because they seek out parents, people seek out audiences that accepts them or affirms them or what takes everything they're saying at face value, you know, rather than challenges them. Instead of the somber urgency you'd expect from a parent, a missing teen, you know, is gone. And there were clips of them laughing, making light of the situation, mocking questions about Sebastian. And these moments became deeply upsetting. They still upset me. They upset the community. They upset anybody who cares. And those who truly wanted to see Sebastian found, it upset them. Their public, you know, it don't matter who you are. Your public demeanor shapes public perception, period. And in missing child cases, perceptions can impact on how seriously tips are taken and tips are given. I don't think very much they have ever been serious. Again, in my opinion. How much attention the media continues to give, it all counts. It's important. Mockery does not disrespect the child. It detours people from listening, looking, paying attention, or coming forward with information, in my opinion. And was that what they were hoping for or trying to do? I really don't know. Not 100%. I can only guess. And while they were building their comfort zones right here on YouTube, Sebastian was still gone. And he's still gone to this day. He's out there somewhere. He's out there somewhere. The focus should never have been on an image of them two. It should have been on bringing Sebastian home. And I don't know about nobody else in this entire world, but his mother, she should be the one out there advocating for him, knocking the doors down, and doing her own thing regardless when it comes to Sebastian, making phone calls every single day. But then we got a father that's never, ever stopped. A real man, actually, a real father, a real human with a heart. While some are busy finding safe spaces on YouTube and mocking these kids and, people who ask questions. Well, Sebastian's father, Seth, was doing what any loving parent would do. Everything humanly possible to bring his son home. Even if it meant talking to the devil, he's done it. Cooperating with law enforcement, Seth stayed in direct contact with them until they stopped. Investigators, and he had all of those. He had to let go of a few, but he's got quite a few now. And some is out there, some is not, some won't be, and some he's never told who, including those the closest to him. But I can tell you, every lead is followed. He has continued to share Sebastian's face and his story. He's been online. He's been in the community. He's talked with anyone who might have information. And he's up and left and just gone look, even to be disappointed over and over again. Seth supported search efforts. His teams were threatened. Things were done to their vehicles. But Seth just has this persistence. He's going to find his son. When others grew silent, Seth's voice didn't fade. It just got louder. He never stopped asking the questions. He never stopped saying anything that mattered. And this is the difference between someone looking for answers and someone looking for cover. Seth fought and he fights for the truth. Seth's fight is for his son. Now, I want to know, as do many others want to know, what is preventing further updates from Ellie? What? Why crickets, crickets, crickets? Is it because they too want this out of sight and out of mind? Shame on them. You see, you should be ashamed of not only yourself, but your whole building, your whole department, your office, the people that go along with you. Have all friends, neighbors, relatives, jobs, ex-jobs, have all of them been re-evaluated and re-questioned? If not, why not? Why is there no renewed from the police large scale search planned? Why does everybody else have to plan everything? What is Ellie exactly doing? Silence protects the wrong people. The wrong people. Absolutely, they are. Absolutely. I'm not going to give up on him. I'll continue to speak his name. I'll continue to do what I can. I'll continue to fight for him until the truth is known. I will not stop. I will not be silent. And I will not let his story fade. I keep telling y'all this, and I mean it. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. Sebastian is a son, a friend. He had friends at school. He's a human being, and his life matters. Every child deserves to be safe. Every child deserves to have answers. And Sebastian deserves the truth. Sebastian deserves everything. I don't want y'all to ever give up on Sebastian. Keeping Sebastian's name out there, his face, all the posters. Tell people, about Sebastian. You go somewhere, you're sitting down talking to somebody, ask them, hey, have you heard about Sebastian? What do you think about this? If they haven't heard about him, talk about him. Tell them about him. Spread the word. Spread the word. Let's look at this. I think I pulled up one interview. We should go down all of them. We'll see. Hold on a minute. Let's go down this one. This is a news interview, by the way.
For the ones who get it done, the most important part is the one you need now. And the best partner is the one who can deliver. That's why millions of maintenance and repair pros trust Grainger, because we have professional grade supplies for every industry, even hard to find products. And we have same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. But most importantly, we have an unwavering commitment to help keep you up and running. Call
I think we got to sit through that. I don't see a skip yet.
Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So first, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to come into your home to talk with you all. Obviously, everyone wants to hear what you have to say.
I'm just going to be honest. She acts scared to ask some questions.
It's all about bringing Sebastian home and safely. So first, just express, I can't even imagine as a parent what you two are going through. How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
See, why laugh? Oh, thank you, Faye.
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone.
Layman's term.
Not anyone.
They wouldn't wish having to go through hell. Anybody
I know
having
we're
to go
about
through
keeping
hell.
hope
I'm not so
alive.
sure it's about their
I'm sure
child.
that's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
They're tired of being bashed, is what I'm trying to say.
He's going to walk through that door. And this street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
That boy's going to have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
That's so funny.
So here we are, 8 days now searching for him. Walk us through that Sunday night that he went missing. So walk us through, we've got so many people who really want to know, okay, how did this happen? So kind of just walk us through that night.
We were out and about that day. We were having a really good weekend. We got home. Everything was pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you." Said goodnight to his puppies. A little bit later, I wound up going to bed, and when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
So in your mind, that's usually around what time? When do you normally wake him up? Around 6 o'clock?
6.
So were you instantly thinking something's wrong, or were you like, he may just be already in the shower, in the living room?
I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About
She would have seen him if
3
she
minutes in, give or
come
take.
through.
I was on the
Kitchen's
phone with
right
my husband.
there.
I said, I can't find him. He said, "What do you mean you can't find him?" I said, "He's not in the house."
And so at that point, is that when you call 911, or what's going through your mind?
While we were on the phone, and I was like, is he on the other side of the...
I can't find him. Well, I mean, did you lose him a lot? Well, I can't find him. Well, look on the other side of the bed. Gee, Mom, did you not think of that to begin with? This sounds like just a bullshit script to me. I'm just saying, let's keep listening.
Bed, the normal places he may be in the house, and he wasn't. So I was like, okay, well, hold on a minute. And immediately after that, we called the sheriff's department and made the report.
I ran all over the house, outside, inside. I looked in every closet.
Within minutes, they were here.
Where is that on camera?
Here we go.
So you said you were on the phone with her, so you were not home.
No, ma'am. Okay. I was at work. I'm a tower crane operator, and I was working in Memphis at the St. Jude project. So it's, I have an earpiece in that talks to my phone. I have another earpiece in that does the radios. So when she was talking to me, I was like, what? I was confused. We talked about where he could possibly be, and then we went from there and led to calling the cops, and here we are now.
And within minutes, they're there at the home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was rapid fire. They had cars.
Rapid fire.
From here down to the
main
road, as far as I could tell.
So what's going through both of your minds? I mean, are we panicking? Is it this, I think he's probably at a neighbor's house, or what are you thinking?
My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not.
That ain't what she's gonna say.
He's not a mischievous child by any means. But there's answers to questions that have no answers, or questions with no answers right now that we are searching for desperately, and we just don't have that.
Is there anything that happened that day that you think back and there might have been a reason he was possibly upset or something outside that could have enticed him to go outside? Was there anything that came to mind?
We've been combing over that day and even the weeks before he left, and I don't
like
figure it
that.
out. He's that morning he was laughing, he was joking. Everyone we were around that day agreed.
Maybe I'm the only one on YouTube, but when she says we've been coming around the days and the weeks before, now she could mean two things. I'm not stupid, y'all. She could mean they're going back over everything prior to, which is actually what cops should have been doing. I feel cops should have been going back to every store to see if she bought shoes or anything unreasonable or anybody else. But they didn't do that. They just forget all that. Or she's slipping and saying, they did that. But here's the thing. I always said, and I always think, and I know others don't, and that's fine to disagree with me, but I always said this is premeditated. And I've always said, but not the only time, that ain't the right words. It's going to be worse if it's premeditated and he's not alive. I'm not saying he's not alive, but I'm saying it's premeditated. I just hope he's alive and they didn't premeditate no bullshit, if you understand what I'm saying.
Agreed that he seemed like he was in a good mood. He was behaving. It'd make more sense if we'd been fighting.
Or he'd been in trouble, but he hasn't been in trouble. So, I mean,
how does he know he ain't been in trouble? He wasn't there. He ain't been there in a month.
Another $1 million question is how.
He knows
what
a
about
lot.
social media? Was there anything that, anyone he could have contacted? I understand he was somewhat of a gamer, or what was he? There was a video game he loved, right?
Minecraft. He loves Minecraft. The game that he has is not online. He has the Switch.
We don't, because of how social media can be, he doesn't have accessibility.
His truck, don't talk about his truck.
Folks
on the
internet. I mean, we have a firm belief that we just don't feel that right now that he's capable of having that kind of responsibility. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, his phone is locked down, his computers, his gaming. He doesn't have a gamer tag. He doesn't have online capabilities with games. I mean,
we've combed every electronic. I
mean, we've cooperated with all the authorities as far as anything they've asked us to provide, we've provided, and still just don't have any answers.
Did he have any friends that could have possibly contacted him in some way on his phone?
All his friends at school have been questioned to my knowledge, and none of them knew anything.
With this big question mark. He's vanished. And no one can figure out where or why. All right. So let's talk too about the relationship involved, because there the biological father is very much involved in Sebastian's life as well.
Yes, ma'am.
He
Very
is.
much.
Right. And how would you describe that relationship, the two of them and the four of you?
It's relatively good. I mean, we talk regularly. He talks to his son on a regular basis, sees him on a regular basis. He's involved in school and therapy. And I mean, he doesn't have any extracurricular activities, but I can tell you now, if he did, his dad would be in the front row.
Yes,
Two different
Neuro.
households, and the communication between the three of us is great. I mean, yes, we're just like every parent. We all have our disagreements, but in the end, we come together as a team and we work and we come up with solutions that as we best see fit. I mean, I'm almost in contact with him almost daily.
Let's talk about Sebastian. Tell me about Sebastian. How would you describe him?
Sweet, stubborn. He loves to help. He loves running, and he loves to play his games and his fidgets and Uno. Lord, that's one of his favorite games right now.
Lord, that sounds like such a problem to you.
Favorite color is green.
Does he love music?
Oh God, he loves music.
An eclectic taste.
I mean,
An eclectic. I mean, from as everybody knows, Eye of the Tiger to Eddie Vedder.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So we got Pearl Jam on one hand, we've got Survivor on the other over here. We've got Taylor Swift, and
he's got a big crush on her. I mean, country, rock.
no
classic.
hip hop. We don't allow the hip hop.
Yeah,
Well,
Detroit.
He doesn't really
Well, I
get
say
into it
rap
anyways.
is-
Both. He
You
loves
mentioned he loved running. So did he love the outdoors at all? I mean, would something outside that was somewhat outdoorsy be enticing to him or pull him outdoors?
He loves, like, when we were in California and the school had this lap thing to gain money. It was a fundraiser. And every year he was, I did this many laps. I did this many laps. I mean, I've got T-shirts where they would write on his back. Every time the kids went around, they'd mark a mark on the back and they'd keep running. And he just had
Still
marks
got
all the
those,
way across
Katie?
his back.
We should share.
He hates
yeah.
being dirty. He don't like being dirty.
Yeah, he's not your tomboy style child where he goes outside and plays in the mud.
He loves animals, but he's terrified of bugs.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
even a fly, and he's like,
And
oh.
let's talk too, because he's highly functioning. I know you all have described him as having a form of autism,
He does.
but describe that to our viewers too, as far as his way of thinking of things and maybe how determined he was about certain things or his mindset.
He's got a stubborn mindset. If he believes it's this,
He gets on a one-man track, and he is just
Yeah.
on it, and he is all about it.
but I mean he's very smart.
He's
I mean
smart.
he can play chess. He can beat adults in chess.
Wow.
So he's
He loves playing games.
What about navigation? Like, did he have a sense of direction? Do you think he could have possibly even hitched a ride or gotten a ride on a bus or some sort of transportation?
that is a speculation that we don't have an answer for. Just
I mean-
directionally, he knows he could guide you from our house to his dad's house.
Yeah.
He could get from like this house. I think he can make it up to Culver's ice cream.
He can go to Culver's.
Oh, the boy loves
He
a
knows
malt.
where Culver's is because Culver's has malt. He loves malt, extra malt.
Should have took him there Sunday, honey.
Now, how far away does his dad live?
Clarksville. His dad lives up by Clarksville.
So he could guide someone all the way to Clarksville.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Oh, wow. Okay. So a pretty keen sense of direction, at least with certain things.
Familiar routes.
Yes.
Familiar routes.
Familiar routes.
I mean, if I took him another route going
He
this way, he
takes
would
it.
not know it.
He goes up there so often that he knows how to get to his daddy's. We know that.
his dad works with him as far as, well, we're going this way, we're going that way, and keeps the same thing, and it works out. So
let's talk too, because earlier, Chris, you and I were talking, and you were saying that there are a lot of people who are harassing.
Oh
both
shit,
of
he's
you.
talking her, keeping
What
the
of any of
narrative with
that
her
do
first.
you want to address? What do you want to say to any of these people?
Just that you don't know. And I don't wish you to ever know.
I would say it like this: everybody has an opinion, you know, and it's perfectly okay to have that opinion.
Thank
But
you.
you're not in this situation. You don't quite understand. I wish people would step back, take a different, wide open view, and not assume what they know. It's just better to stick to the facts. If they have questions, all they have to do is ask.
But you
And
don't
I
tell the
pray
truth.
genuinely that no one ever goes through this.
Just be kind to people. I mean, it's real simple.
There are some people who have been talking, because I know this is part of the harassment. Is there anything you want to address about this child custody situation? The previous.
What's
So I
funny?
have a current case that is ongoing in another state. We've requested that case to be sealed because there are some individuals who have taken upon themselves to put stuff out there that they don't quite know, which all they have to do is ask. I'll tell you.
No, you won't. You
But
didn't.
because of that, you know, it has nothing to do with our son. It has nothing to do with the situation. You know, I just people would respect that and then keep an open mind. It's totally different.
If Sebastian was able to watch this, and maybe he's watching this as it airs, and if he is, what do you want to say to Sebastian? What do you want him to hear from you right now?
Oh gosh. That we love you so much and we want you to come home and you're not in trouble.
Okay, Susan Smith.
I guarantee you he is loved. And trust me, the open arms are waiting for him to come home. From every parent to every family members to probably everyone in the community. But there's no malice, so we just want our boy home. Badly. But
That mama's heart, I know it's daddy's too, but I feel like there's always that extra special bond. Can you walk us through what you're thinking right now?
I just want my baby to be okay. I don't know where he's at. I don't know where he's at.
Let's talk about the community, because I want you all to know, even my church body, I mean, we're all praying for his safe return quickly. What do you all want to say to the community?
Thank you.
with everything from the bottom of our hearts. I would not have imagined how far this has gotten, but there's no way to repay the gratitude, the love that we've felt from the community, the prayers. But thank you.
But
from the
don't
bottom of our
stop
hearts.
looking.
Yeah, please.
My son is somewhere.
This ain't over until he's home.
So we have, let's hit on the search itself, because we know thousands of miles have basically been traced and retraced. We've got hundreds, we've got volunteers, we've got law enforcement from within the state, from without, outside of the state. I mean, do you feel like they're doing as much as they can? I mean, you all have been right there in the front seat, seeing everything that's underway.
As far as I know, they're doing everything. Anything and everything has been an option. They have brought in assets and resources from various counties, potentially other states. I mean, I don't know how much more they could do, but we're grateful for everything they have done.
They're amazing, but they still haven't brought my baby back.
They will. They will.
He's out there somewhere. So it's basically, it's one day at a time, getting through this and bringing him home. What is the reaction to the fact that somehow his image, he hasn't been captured on any video anywhere?
I know that it was very dark that night. I mean, it gets dark around here at night in general, but so far we haven't found him on any camera footage to prove where he's at or where he's gone.
But she sure tried to push that crap. Even knowing LE come out with that video SF had, knowing that wasn't Sebastian, when they got on the biggest platform ever, America's Most Wanted. She just said right here, there's been no camera footage. And that pisses me off because she lied all through America's Most Wanted. Liar, liar, liar. Wonder if her shoe size is growing anymore and she needs to buy bigger shoes for herself. Just asking.
I know that they're looking, and I went asking everybody and anybody that has cameras, trail cams, stores, to check, even from before he went missing, just to see if there's anything at all.
And I understand there was a request for video, any sort of footage of Sebastian from earlier in the day on Sunday before he disappeared.
That I don't believe we can comment on right now. That is not something that I believe we're privy to at this point with law enforcement. That is something I would definitely direct back to them. But I mean, there's all kinds of requests out there. There's thousands of hours of video that they are combing, and we're just hoping.
Oh, thank
something.
you, Dragon.
I don't know, this is so
At
sensitive.
Detroit City.
What do you say to people who inevitably end up pointing their finger back at you? We were talking earlier, and I mean, are you both in the clear?
I can tell you that Mom, myself, and the father have worked very fully and cooperatively with all agencies across the board. We have anything that they've wanted, we have provided. So cooperation is there. I mean,
What do you want to say to our viewers? Anybody who's watching, we've got a lot of folks in this community and in other counties just throughout the state as well. What do you want to say to them?
Help spread the word and keep searching and
Keep
Thank
some
you.
signs up then, girlie.
And just if you think you see him, call him in.
thank all the viewers, everybody that's helped from across the board. I mean, everybody has been tremendous.
Call his name.
Yeah.
He'll answer, and if he doesn't answer, he'll look, even if he's not being verbal at the moment, because he can talk, but sometimes he don't talk. Call his name. Tell him to stay put.
And he could be on the move, so keep checking your properties.
Yes. Like, the search is never over until he comes home. That is for
He's
sure.
so smart.
But thank you for everything that everybody has done, has volunteered, the continuous efforts. I mean, it's, like I said, I've never seen something to this magnitude before.
Our community is amazing.
We're all praying, hoping, and searching for Sebastian's safe return for that day. Thank you both for talking with me.
So there you have that interview. We'll go over more, not today, but we'll go over more of the interviews and stuff because they changed. They tried to adapt, in my opinion, with other people, what they were hearing, and they tried to adapt. You know, we're not the ones that's going to give up on Sebastian. They gave up, I believe, a long time ago. And law enforcement, why crickets? You should be ashamed. Has all neighbors, all friends, all teachers, all family members, has everybody been re-talked to over and over again? We won't get that answer. You don't have to tell us. Really, new eyes need to be brought in on this case. But why is there also no renewed search? I mean, there are some things that need to be answered, that can be answered, that will not harm this case. Oh, there's a case. But I told you, silence protects the wrong people. Keep Sebastian's name out there, his face out there, pass out the flyers, the posters, talk to people about Sebastian, ask them about Sebastian. If they haven't heard about Sebastian, tell them about Sebastian, say his name. If you know something, say something. That could help bring Sebastian home. Please call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or TBI. You know, the tip line for TBI is 1-800-TBI-FIND. Sumner County Sheriff, 615-452-2616. You can call the FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI or 1-800-225-5324. You can also send them anonymous tips, tips.fbi.com. Dog the Bounty Hunter has a tip line, 1-833-TELL-DOG. They also have an email address, and it's Sebastian@manhunts with a S .one. But never, ever, ever forget Sebastian or his name. He will be found one way or another. The truth will come out. And just keep praying that that truth is sooner than later. And those who know, please end this. Please end this. Sebastian deserves much better. Sure, like Chris said, one day he will be 18. Nobody cares that he'll be 18. They want him home now. He don't have to come be involved with you, and probably won't be. But Sebastian needs to be found. And you can still worry about all you need to worry about. And that is, thank you, Detroit City. Thank you. And that is still going to Kentucky gambling. still being with the love of your life and all of those things. Bring him home. Bring Sebastian home. I agree with one thing Katie said. Katie may not know where somebody literally took and put him, but Katie knows what happened that night after they got home, in my opinion. She knows. Katie holds all the cards, in my opinion. And then Chris. Make that call. Let's get him home. Thank you all for being here. Y'all have a great night. Try to get a little bit of sleep. And I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you so, so much. Bye.